Applause, thank you.
Hello. Hey, JD, relax, okay? I'm not gonna talk anything bad about you. I'm just gonna show them how you built your empire, okay? Okay, all good, huh? All right, bye, JD. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremiah.
So Jimmy's okay with this, then?
Yeah, he's more than okay, man. Jimmy, JD, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Beast. Hello.
JD, wow.
Yeah, I mean, we're on a...
Yeah, you're on an initial
abbreviation.
basis.
Yeah,
Does he call you JS?
Well, JS doesn't sound as nice as Jeremiah, so...
JD, you call me JL.
Okay,
JLJS, talking about JD right here on the stage. We should be wrapping this out. Okay, so let's talk Mr. Beast.
All right.
What's the history of the channel? Give me a little bit of the background.
Okay, history of the channel. Now, who here is... Let's make this as interactive as possible. Who here are creators? Give me some jazz fingers.
Everyone's a creator. Come on, we all have channels.
I only see 5 hands. 4 from here, 1 from there. WTF, mates?
You got creators out
Okay,
there.
who here are like agencies? Give me some jazz fingers. Okay, 4 and 5. 5 is the magic number apparently, JL.
We got a lot of good stuff, JS.
Okay. Now, the history of his channel. I do not really want to go into it. You can actually go into YouTube and look at it yourself. But I think, right, the most important thing, Jim, is that we need to understand certain characteristics that Jim actually utilized.
Right, but the reason why I think the history is important is because he toiled in obscurity. Right? For a while. And if you go back and look at his early videos, but then he did a really interesting thing. And I think the first lesson you can learn is that he decided to read everything about the YouTube algorithm and everything about how to build for it and everything and learn from people and basically voraciously consumed everything written and started doing more formats and other things that we're going to talk about. But so what I think the lesson there is it doesn't matter how big your channel is now. It doesn't matter how many followers, subscribers, fans you have. You can build it. And Mr. Beast did it. And
yeah, for sure.
So today, 250 million subs across multiple channels, products that he's selling, Feastables and Mr. Beast Burger, and other things. But what are some of the tactics he used as he started to build it out?
Okay, so the first thing, right, that Jim actually, I would say, got obsessed about is obsession. All right. Now, he has said this many times in several interviews with Joe Rogan, with documentaries, even in his own little podcasts. He says that he has hyper obsession over YouTube, but not the platform. He has hyper obsession over creation. Okay. Now, when we talk about videos, anybody can literally take a video right now and call yourself a creator. Is it good? Maybe not. Is it great? Maybe yes. But he had a hyper obsession with the craft. Now, he is a craftsperson. He's a craftsman. He is someone who really wanted to master the craft. So the first thing that he really engaged in himself is hyper obsession. Okay? Hyper obsession. Write that down. I don't see anyone writing down. Kaylan.
Hey, they're videotaping it.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Michael's videotaping.
So you can watch it later.
Ah, nice. So that's
nobody
the first
writes
thing.
anything anymore.
Really? Man, the art of writing is lost. But okay, so the first thing is really hyper obsession. Now, when he started, he actually started when he was 11. Contrary to popular belief, who said he was started at 13, right? But the second thing that he engaged was flexibility. For 1 freaking year, he did, video games, commentary. Did it work? Maybe for him. But then he realized, you know what? I'm no longer enjoying what I'm doing. I hate this. I hate this with a passion. So let me destroy whatever I've just built. Which is his channel, right? He deleted his channel. Beast 5TY, which I'm pretty sure is like Beasties T, whatever. Yeah, what else, right? But I mean, hyper obsession, flexibility, and the last thing that really helped him grow, honestly speaking, right, is burning money. Burning money.
Well,
right? Both literally and figuratively.
Well, but talk about that. I mean, because it leans into the next thing I think is really interesting is how he thinks about formats. And one of the formats that worked was literally burning money, burning dollar bills, and lots of them. So, but that's not the only format. There are a lot of formats I think he tried, but talk about how he thinks about formats and how that played into it.
Okay, when you talk about formats, let us also distinguish this word format, because agency world, brand world, and CreatorWorld all have different definitions of formats. Kaylen, what's a format to you? Shout your answer. Okay, YouTube. Yeah, okay, platform. Okay, Michael, what's a format to you? Vimeo. Okay, now you have seen, right? 2 people so far, they're talking about platforms. Now to other people, formats is treatment. How you treat a video. Are you going to do challenge videos? Are you going to do interactive reaction videos? Are you going to do podcasts? Or are you going to do newsletters, right? That is a format.
You're going to burn money. Burning money is a format.
Well, I mean, if you have lots of it to burn, why not, right? Yeah. But formats can also come in a form of sizing, resolutions, and all of that jazz, right? But Jim, help me understand, when you say formats.
So here's where I think it's interesting. And they're formats, television formats. Think about reality TV shows, or think about dramas, police dramas, or Love Island, or other things like that. Those are formats. The formats where you vote someone out. And I think what Mr. Beast did is he looked at some of the formats that really worked on traditional media and started thinking about, how do I apply those to the YouTube format, for example, and did a really good job and tested them. Yep. A lot of testing.
Yep. A lot of testing, but very little testosterone. Okay, so thank you for that chuckles. Yeah, in the middle. Okay.
So the other thing I think that when you think about Mr. Beast is packaging his videos.
Hey, we haven't talked about formats yet, Jim.
Yeah, but we only have 6 minutes left.
Oh shit. Okay, formats. Let me just quickly cycle through formats. So he actually found challenge videos really work, but in a form of when he first got a branded deal, $5,000. He said he spoke to the client, said, "Give me 10,000 right now, okay, and I'm gonna give it to a homeless person." Client is like, "WTF, mate? Seriously, bro?" And he did it. The video went viral. People loved it. Whatever he earned from that video, he reinvested, and that's when he started to burn his money figuratively. By reinvesting. Well,
and I think it's really interesting that, and this has come up before, but it's worth saying again, that Mr. Beast's main videos that he does makes no money. He burns all the money back into it, whether it's doing Squid Games, recreating Squid Games, or giving Teslas to people, or burning money, or spending a year in a ball pit, or whatever he did. All those things, those challenge videos that he doesn't make any money on, but it's his other stuff where he makes his money. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not just Mr. Beast Burgers and Feastables and all that. He has a whole gaming channel that's really easy and cheap to do, but also drives a lot of revenue. So I think that idea of, and I'm interested in your thoughts on this, the hero versus the thing that brings the cash in the door. Like the hero content is the big expensive stuff, but other stuff that can, bring in the money.
Okay, so if we are talking about sales funnels, marketing funnels, and all the other jazz words that agency people are like, "Oh yes, tell me more," right? Basically, all his videos are like exposure, right? Awareness. Mm-hmm, right. And it brings attention to him as a person, as a personality, as a hero. And from those videos, that is where he funnels all the rest of the I wouldn't say fans or maybe his community funnel it into his different ventures, right? Whether is it burgers, whether is it merch, whether is it now his VC fund, right?
Yep.
Beast Fund, which is giving $2 million to creators. So if there are any creators in the room here, drop me a message, then I'll give JD a call like, "Hey bro, what's up?"
But I think it's really interesting to think about how he used those big videos, those heroes videos, for awareness, not for driving revenue, and then move people around to different places. Okay, we're going to talk about packaging for a minute, because he's also an expert at packaging. Look at those thumbnails. Look at the headlines. Talk a little bit about how Mr. Beast and Enterprises thinks about thumbnails and titles and all that, and packaging up that video to get awareness so that people watch the video and they have even more awareness.
Yes, I love it. We need to put on the hat of JD for a bit, okay? Think of him not as a creator. Think of him not as a personality, but think of him as a startup founder. Mr. Beast's channel is his hypergrowth startup. Now, if you think of it in that manner, every single video is a product. Every single service is productized. And how he actually grooms himself or primes himself up for success, look at all the other startup founders and what they've done. They devote their 150%, even though mathematically that is impossible, into the craft, into their startup. And with packaging, every single video is, like I said, a product. And when it comes to colors, when it comes to brand tone, brand identity, brand voice, even like you said, thumbnails, it's all his face and maybe faces of other people that he collaborates with, and all his titles like, oh, Mr. Beast almost died. And then, that's a collaboration with Logan Paul, right? How he does that is he really studies the industry, not from a creator POV, but from a business and entrepreneurial POV. Do I hear a gasp in the crowd? Yes, right? Oh my gosh, I've never thought about that before.
I didn't hear any gasps.
There were, right?
So
Kelly.
The other thing I think is interesting on his what he does with packaging is he A/B tests his thumbnails and his headlines. He'll look at them and test them and test them and test them. But also, and I find this fascinating, is that as things change with YouTube, with the algorithm, the packaging, he goes back and changes the thumbnails later. Like he's been changing thumbnails on his old videos to update them because he now knows things that work better. And he doesn't just think of his old stuff as things in the past, but he goes back and does that as well, which I think is fascinating. So the next thing, and we talked about this a little bit in the last session, we were talking about going viral or what you do or building, stacking growth. He's obsessed over analytics too, right?
Yes.
Talk about that analytics obsession and how that's helped him.
Okay, analytics is really, right, your milestone for historical data that you can look what has worked, what doesn't work, and then A/B test. Remember, look at Mr. Beast like a founder, like a startup, hypergrowth dude, and when you talk about analytics, it is really, really the cornerstone of any successful business. If you do not look at your numbers, right, okay, then you're creating for an audience of one, which is yourself, and you're an egomaniac. No, just kidding.
But it's true, your numbers can, and leaning in and getting to know them and seeing what's there and finding the other data sources.
Yes.
He obsesses over that, and he has a team that obsesses over that and figures that out.
Hyper-obsession, dude.
Yep. So the next thing, we got two more to go over really quickly in the last minute and a half. We have
Oh my gosh.
we have distribution. So I'm fascinated by the fact that, and something I learned from Nasir about, it's not just about English language. But it's like getting it around the world. So he's done Mr. Beast in Spanish, he does Mr. Beast, and actually really, really dives into how do I make it great in other languages.
Yes. Now, distribution, wow. Different markets have different nuances, cultures, and language, race, religion, blah, blah, blah. I can go down a whole list. But the thing about distribution, once again, it actually goes back to analytics. He sees what works in the English market, he will try in the different markets, right? Spanish, Portuguese, even Japanese. Oh, sugoi, right? But if it doesn't work, what does he do? As a startup founder, he is agile and nimble. Wow, more buzzwords that all my agency friends say, oh yeah, tell me more, right?
Yeah, he basically just stops doing it.
Exactly, and because he has all these different channels and platforms, it allows him to really, really test, right, his go-to-market strategy and then create a product that has made him 200 million and growing, 6 million every single day. I am pretty sure, 5 seconds left, oh my God, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a billionaire subscriber soon in YouTube.
Absolutely, and one last thing, and you heard this when Sherry was talking earlier today about building a team. He's got a team of 100 people. He's built people and brought people in to build a studio and run this and run that and run this other thing and trust them. The last thing he's doing, we're going to get up and walk off stage here. The last thing he's doing is he thinks forward, and he's working with a large university near where he lives to develop a program, not to build creators and teach creators, but to teach support people, editors and producers and other people that can help him grow in the future. So he's a visionary too.
Yes.
Jeremiah, JS, thank you very
JL.
much.
All right.
And we got